Hi, this is Dan Sussman, and today we're going to take a look at nouns, which are probably the most basic, necessary parts of the English language for you to know, and a type of adjective also important to know in conjunction with nouns, and these are called articles. So what we're going to discuss here is what a noun is, the two types of nouns you need to know, articles, which as I say work together with nouns in English, which is something that might not be true of your native language, and we'll also talk about singular and plural nouns. So first, what is a noun? Well, very simply, a noun is a word that is a person, a place, or a thing. So, examples: student. Student is a type of person. You have city. Well, city is a place. Flower. Flower is a thing. And I'm sure you'll have no problem thinking of other examples of nouns. They're all around us. Two types of nouns. Okay, we know they're persons, places, or things, but one type or category of noun is called a common noun. These are nouns that are not specific. So examples, let's look back to the last slide. I said city was a noun, and that's true. Now, I didn't say give you the name of a specific city. I didn't say Phoenix, I didn't say New York, I didn't say Belfast, I didn't say London, I just said city. Because we're not naming a specific city, it is a common noun. Man. I'm not saying which man. I'm not saying Dan Sussman. I'm not saying Jeff Eldot. I'm not saying Barack Obama. I'm just saying man, not specific. It's a common noun. Same thing, college. Not saying a specific college. Not saying Phoenix College. Not saying University of Arizona. I'm just saying college. These are common nouns. Please note the first letter in each common noun is not capitalized. It is a small letter. Common nouns are not capitalized. Unless, of course, I should say, they are the first word of a sentence. If they are the first word of a sentence, they are always capitalized. But that's another story. Then we have what are called proper nouns. And just as common nouns are not specific, proper nouns are specific. So, take a look at the examples. Paris. I'm naming a very specific city, Paris. It's capitalized. Dan Sussman, a specific man. Phoenix College, not just any old college, a specific college. And proper nouns are always capitalized, no matter where they appear in the sentence. So, we now know about nouns. We know about common nouns, not capitalized, not specific, and we know about proper nouns, specific and capitalized. Now we need to know about articles. When we use singular nouns in English, we usually use them with small words called articles. And we're going to talk specifically about two articles here. There are actually three, but we're only going to deal with two right now. The ones we're going to talk about are a and an. Okay, now a and an mean the same thing. They mean one. So, a boy eats an apple. We have one boy there eating one apple. So we say, a boy eats an apple. Here we have a dog plays with a ball. One dog, one ball. So the point being that when we use nouns in English sentences, singular nouns that is, it is almost always, each of those nouns is almost always preceded by a or an. All right? Now, the question comes up, which one do you use? Some nouns I used a before. Some nouns I used an before. So how do you know which one to use? There are 3 rules that tell you whether to use a and an, or an, I should say. And I will tell you that they are related to the way the noun sounds, the first sound in the noun. All right, so rule number 1, we use an when a word begins with the vowels A, E, I, or O. So examples, an elephant. Elephant begins with E, so we say an elephant. An orange. Orange begins with O, and it has that O sound, so we say an orange. Ear begins with an E and has the E sound, an ear. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, we use a when the word begins with a vowel that sounds like Y. And that's important. It sounds like Y. It may not actually be a Y, but it has that Y sound. So examples, a university. Word begins with U, but it has that Y sound. A unit. Same thing. Word begins with U, but it has the Y sound. And a European. All right. Rule number 3. We use a when a word begins with a consonant sound. And I've listed out all the consonant sounds for you there. B, k, d, f, g, h. They're all the words, all the sounds related to consonants. So, boy has the B sound. A boy. We use a. A teacher. T has the T sound. And flower. A flower. So those are the 3 rules that determine whether you use a or an. We're going to move on now to plural nouns. Singular means one. All right, we've talked about singular. So when we talk about singular nouns, it means one of something. So here we have a tiger, one tiger. A bridge, one bridge. So these are singular nouns. When we talk about plural nouns, it means we have more than one. So here we have bridges. We see 2 bridges there. We have tigers. More than one tiger. So how do we take a singular noun and make it plural? Well, in most words ending in consonants, all you have to do is add S to the noun to make it plural. So clock becomes clocks. Just put the S at the end. Truck, trucks. Chair, chairs. Teacher, teachers. Those are just examples. Each of the singular words ends in a consonant. So it's as simple as putting an S at the end of the word. Oh, if they were all that simple. Because now it starts to get a little tricky. If the word ends in S, SS, SH, CH, or X, you don't just add an S, you add an ES to the end of the word. So the word bus, it ends in an S. Buses, B-U-S-E-S. Dress ends in a double S. It becomes dress as, and you make it an ES. Dish, you get the SH at the end, becomes dishes. You need to make it ES to make it plural. Box ends in X, so it's B-O-X-E-S for the plural. Turning singular nouns into plurals, if the word ends in a consonant followed by the letter Y, You drop the Y and add I-E-S. And let's just be clear what a consonant is. We know vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Consonants are all the other letters. So, baby. Let's look at the last two letters of baby. B is a consonant followed by a Y. So, we make babies, B-A-B-I-E-S. Country, R-Y are the last two letters. R is a consonant followed by a Y. So that tells us, aha, to make it plural, it's C-O-U-N-T-R-I-E-S. Same thing with dictionary, ends in an R-Y. So to make it plural, we add I-E-S. All right, after dropping the Y, I should say. If the word ends in a vowel and Y, you just add the S. So look at boy, last two letters, O-Y. Ah, O is a vowel followed by the Y. So we just add an S to make it boys. Tray, A is a vowel followed by the Y. So we just add an S to make it trays. And the same with way, A-Y, just add an S. Okay, turning singular nouns into plurals, finally. Finally, there are the irregular words. The rule for the irregular words is there are no rules. There are a number of nouns in the English language. To make them plural, you do something totally different. And it's different for each word. You just have to learn them. Some examples. Man. A man, the plural is men. A woman, plural is women. Child becomes children. Tooth becomes teeth. And so on and so forth. You can read them all on your own. Pay particular attention to the last three. The plural of a sheep is sheep. It's same singular or plural. Same with fish. Same with moose. And again, there are no rules. You just have to learn these words as they come up. This set that I've given you is a good one to learn right off the bat. So let's summarize what we've learned here. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Common nouns are not specific. They are not capitalized. Proper nouns are specific, however, and they are always capitalized. Nouns can be singular or plural, singular meaning one, plural meaning more than one. The articles a or an usually come before singular nouns in sentences. There are a number of rules for changing singular nouns to plurals, and you can go back over these in the presentation or look in your textbook. And there are a number of irregular nouns for which the rules about plural spellings don't apply. And for those of you who are in my ESL 010 class at Phoenix College, you should review the spelling rules on page 4 of your textbook, Grammar, Form, and Function, Book 1, 2nd edition.